Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the Manufacturer Series on GT Sport. This is round 5 from Lago Maggiore GP circuit in the Ferraris. So the first race in the Ferrari 458 Italia 09. This is the most powerful road car of the season that we're doing here. So this is race 1 in the 458 Italia 09 road car, and here's the grid. Callum on pole then, he takes the extra point for pole position. TY second, Bidzster third, his championship rival, and then we've got Gummy Bear in fourth, again a good strong position for him. Stretch is back after a few weeks absent in 5th place, and then Roral takes 6th. Roral's joined us for this one because he's finally got an internet connection that works, so well done to him in his first appearance. Seek 1 in 7th, Neil Farmack 8th, Techno in 9th, Rodders 10th. A new guy, Ryan, also known as Thingamajig, that's his name. And that's going to be a fun name to say in the commentaries, Thingamajig. And then Stacker, SI, and then Firepower in 13th. So let's get ready for a start to this race then. So we've got a lot of people in the field now, 13 cars in the field. Callum on pole from TY, Bidzster and Gummy Bear. Let's watch them off the line. Ready to go. Just take that off, there we go. As we start the race then, TY gets a right good launch. TY gets a really good launch as they go off towards the first corner, and TY comes across on towards Bidzster. Bidzster trying to go up the inside of Callum. No way through there, into the hairpin. Everyone nicely into the corner as one. Gummy Bear looks up the inside of Bidzster as well. Roral's up the inside of Stretch as we go further back with the battles, as Bidzster then 3rd place behind Callum and TY. Gummy Bear on his tail. And then we've got Roral looking up the inside of Gummy Bear into the turn 3. Up the inside in the blue car, not wasting any time. American versus American. It's already happening. As we go down to the next corner then, everyone in a line, powering down. This next corner's hard. We've got to brake, turn, and then get the power on all at the same time as Roral finds it hard. He goes wide. Stretch has gone wide as well. Seat 1's up there. Neil's in there as well. Neil's took 5th place. And Stretch has gone all the way back down to 9th. And Firepower's back there as well, as Seek 1 there in 6th place. As the leaders, TY and Callum battling it out then. TY in the lead from Callum. Bidzster, Gummy Bear. Then we've got Neil and Seek 1. Then Rodders, Roral and Stretch as well back there. Roral joining us from Florida in America. USA doing really well, sliding that car out. Rodders having a look at Techno, and then for the lead then Callum and TY. TY defends the inside and keeps the position for now. Bidzster on the tail. Then we've got Seek 1 and Neil Farmack. So Neil Farmack in front of Seek 1. Then further back we've got a good battle back there as well with them cars. Stacker, Firepower, Stretch. Everyone close together at the back as well as at the front as we go down towards the next few corners then with Callum and TY. Nicely into those corners, TY in his own independent livery. As Bidzster slides that Ferrari through there, obviously not getting on with that car very well, sliding the car around. As so Team Fast Food this time, Team Takeaway, sponsored by Taco Bell this time. A few different sponsorships for them throughout the season. Obviously Callum and Team Smirnoff with Firepower. Well, let's have a look at Firepower. Actually, he's in 11th place. He's got Stretch and Roral in front of him, so Roral battling with Stretch. As we go down to out of the first corner then, Firepower coming alongside Stretch as well. Don't know where to look in this race, there's that much going on as Neil Farmack goes over the curb. Techno up the inside of Rodders, but that's going to be a track limits call that. Roral and Stretch into the corner, Stretch goes wide, and Firepower takes the position into 9th place. Good job for Firepower. Rodders takes 7th from Techno with that track limit for Techno on the inside of the corner. Meanwhile for the lead then it is TY and Callum still in the same order with Gummy Bear's right behind Bidzster now in the pink car. So Gummy Bear, not from Florida, from I can't remember actually where he said he was from now, but he's from the US anyway. So he's right behind Bidzster, showing for us what he's worth. Right up behind him. Callum right up behind TY as well, so battles everywhere in this race. Callum takes a good line through there behind TY. Bidzster and Gummy Bear there as well. Neil and Seek. Oh, what racing this is. And Neil goes a little bit wide there. Seek's okay though. Can't get close enough. Rodders and Techno close together. Firepower on his own. Thingamajig, and that's his actual name, Thingamajig. With a Dairy Milk sponsorship on his car as well. That is a really good one. As Roral goes off and hits Stretch, and goes off himself. but he's going to wait for Scott to rejoin. Stretch, that's his name, so Scott, real name, sorry, got mixed up with his real name there. Roral lets Stretch go through, so Roral just lost the car a bit there and then continues. There's TY on the grass, really pushing hard. Obviously fastest sector because it's the last lap was the first lap, so we can't believe we're only 2 laps into this race already and it's still everything to play for. TY versus Callum round here, and then Bidzster still in 3rd, followed by Gummy Bear in 4th. Neil and Seek having still a good battle there as well. Rodder's still in front of Techno for 7th. Firepower still on his own but getting caught by Thingamajig in the number 11 car, and a very nice Dairy Milk livery on that car as well. It's a very nice little touch there, and on the back, and I like how he's put a novice sticker on the back. How thoughtful. That's a good idea going forward. So run a novice sticker for your first season. I'll have to think about that for the future. That's quite funny, that. But TY still ahead of Callum then for the lead in this race, so Callum's still pressing hard but can't find a way through TY. He might actually have to try and go through TY, literally, because there's not really many ways to pass TY because he's good at defending. There's Bidzster then ahead of Gummy Bear, still keeping him back with a 3/10 penalty, and then Seek 1 and Neil Farmack close together. Neil Farmack with a bit more of a gap now on Seek because Techno still presses on the back of Rodders, trying to force a mistake, but no mistake is going to be there. Stretch, Stacker in 12th place as well, not doing too bad, and Roral goes right back down to the back of the field, so Roral having a bit of a time with this car now. There's back to the leaders then, Callum and TY. Sorry for all the camera changes, ladies and gentlemen, but I do not know where to look in this race because there is action absolutely everywhere, which is brilliant. That's what LPB racing's all about close racing. And TY again, fastest sector, Callum again, fastest sector as well. So really close on there. Front wheels coming off the ground over that bump as well. Can he get through that time? No, he can't. Seek closing up to the back of Neil. There's Techno with Rodders then. They go up over the little rise. So Rodders, Bidzster's teammate in 8th place, not doing too bad. Firepower closing on these guys in 9th place. So Firepower liking this Ferrari. As TY and Callum still battling hammer and tongs down towards the last few corners. Into the corner we go. Balance of power and the brakes into the corner, a bit of both, have a bit of a dance on the pedals as TY does there with a bit of the brake just to stabilise the car. Obviously the brake not just to stop the car, it's to stabilise the car through the corner as well in racing. Into the last corner, want to go in early, get a good line out at Callum like Callum's done. Callum gets a really good line through there, he'll probably have a go at passing TY into here, he goes to the inside, TY's not even bothering to defend here. Callum goes right to the inside, he's going to try and go for the lead here. Into the first corner, TY's going to try and hold on around the outside though, not yet that easy, Sunshine. Gets the inside for the hairpin and Gummy Bear's gone off. Gummy Bear's gone off. He's gone off into the wall, there was no contact with Bidzster there, he just took himself off into the wall. But we'll get a little replay on that anyway. A quick replay of what happened to Gummy Bear then, so hit the brakes a lot later than Bidzster, locks up, goes past us, and then we look back and he's in the wall. Unlucky for Gummy Bear. As we come back from that then, Seat 1 is ahead of Neil as well, so that's swapped as well, so we'll get a little replay on that also. And here's a replay of how Seat 1 got past Neil Farmack then, coming down into this next corner. Neil Farmack going to get passed here by Seat 1 up the inside, dives down the inside, what a move at the last minute, goes straight past Neil Farmack and goes through to 4th position. As we come back from that then, that is Techno Rodders and then Firepower closing up, Thingamajig closing up to the back of Firepower as well, so close racing this as we Callum up the inside of TY then into the right-hander, gets on the power as early as he can, so does TY to try and get back up the inside. Bidzster's in 3rd with no one around him now, so we can try and focus on catching these boys. But Callum takes the lead of the race then with a fantastic move up the inside into the really long uphill hairpin as he gets on the grass, on the curb, that kicks up the dust, and TY pushing hard behind him trying to catch up, but Callum, got to be careful, the shortcut there, that could land him with a penalty if he's not careful, as TY goes off. Sorry, I thought he'd gone off, he just hid him behind the other car then for a minute, but heart rate going down as we go into the banked hairpin then. If you don't hold on to your lunch, it'll go out the window like a roller coaster ride this circuit. We're still very close. Seat 1 ahead of Neil Farmack now. Gummy Bear back into 6th place with Techno behind. Rodders in 8th place, and then we've got Firepower being caught by Thingamajig in the purple car. So, but a very warm welcome to Rural and Thingamajig in their first official races on LPB Racing. Nice to have them with us, and the more the merrier. So Callum then comes out of the penultimate corner down towards the last corner. He's in the lead then from TY, and then Bidzster's trying to catch to these boys, but Callum and TY doing 209s and Bidzster in the 210s, so not looking like he's going to catch these boys unless he can pull a rabbit out of the hat. But let's have a look. Callum this time round, a 210 and a 211 for TY and a 211 for Bidzster, so Bidzster still not quite got the pace of the front runners. The seat 1 goes over the line, 211, 212 for Neil, 218 for Gummy Bear because of that mistake, and Techno 212. So, but back here's where the battle is. As Thingamajig goes round Firepower, then Thingamajig goes right round Firepower, and Firepower back to 10th position, and he's got Stretch closing up on him as well. As he goes up the inside though, he says, I'm gonna have a little dive, but no, to no avail. So number 27, Firepower, goes back down to 10th, and number 11, Thingamajig, the new guy, goes up to 9th place. Looking a very nice livery, that car actually, the nice Dairy Milk car. It's actually making me quite hungry actually, to be honest, watching that car. He's definitely hungry for run-off area though. He's running a bit wide there, and Firepower will catch up a bit, so obviously not used to the pressure that comes with LPB racing. As Firepower will have a look at the inside, no, not quite yet, into the corner. So Callum then in the lead then, pulling out a little gap over TY now in 2nd place. Probably that's about a good half a second at least between the two cars. TY purple in that middle sector, and I don't know about Callum's time, but TY is on it here. Bidzster's been left behind. Seat 1's in 4th, Neil 5th, Gummy Bear catching up in 6th position. So Gummy Bear catch up in 6th. As we go back to Thingamajig, there's drifting it round in 9th place, Firepower in 10th, and Stretch in 11th, just trying to catch back up, but can't see out changing really. As Gummy Bear then gone right on the back of Neil Farmack in the pink and black Ferrari. Very weird colour combination for a Ferrari, but whatever floats your boat, I suppose. As Gummy Bear number 77 comes up to the last few sections, so the same number as Valtteri Bottas in Formula 1, as Techno goes very wide in the Rabble Club car and really drifts that car out. Whoa, really trying to catch up to his teammate here, so he's ditched Rodders, he's after his teammate now, so he's definitely after more positions. As we go into the last corner, he goes wide onto the grass, so not helping himself out, just getting too much tunnel vision. As Seat 1 now being caught by Neil Farmack. Seat 1 makes a mistake on that lap then, and Neil Farmack goes right behind onto the brakes. Gummy Bear's not going to stop. He's hit Neil Farmack. Oh, he's hit Neil Farmack. And Techno's in drift mode, but he lets Neil Farmack go. Gummy Bear, so it's a little mistake there from him, but gets away with it as into the next few corners we go. Then Neil Farmack in 5th, still on the back of Seat 1, so Seat 1 obviously not enjoying this car as much. Number 1 from last season, because obviously he was last season's champion. So Seat 1 last season's champion in the WEC over the both categories. He was the overall champion, so carries the number 1. And he's doing very well in this one so far, still 4th, but Neil Farmack under big pressure from Gummy Bear now as Neil Farmack runs a bit wide. Gummy Bear gets a good run up the hill. He's on the outside, but it's going to be the outside for the next corner. And Neil Farmack just tucks in front, so it's not like that, not as easy as that, sunshine. But we've got to be careful moving across in the braking zone though, Neil Farmack. Once you've got your line to the corner, you've got to stick with it really, because if you change lines in the braking zone, that's where things get really dangerous. But Neil Farmack nicely done into that corner. Gummy Bear right behind him. Both trying to catch Seat 1, both using as much track as they possibly can. Down to the next corner, Gummy Bear then in 6th. Behind Neil Farmack, and Neil Farmack, oh, he's gone up the inside of Seat 1. That wasn't a move for an overtake, that was a complete outbrake that. So Neil outbrakes himself and luckily just misses Seat 1. Oh, how didn't see how Seek avoided him in the mirrors there, I don't know, but Neil Farmack then back down to 6th. Gummy Bear takes advantage of that mistake by Neil Farmack, which could have ended a lot worse as he now hits the wall. He's lost his momentum, and well, both rival cars hitting that wall, so it must be a trend of that car. But Neil Farmack losing a bit of the rhythm then. Techno trying to catch up to his teammate. Further back we've got Thingamajig, Firepower and Stretch all within the same gap of each other as well. Firepower slightly going back into the hands of Stretch though. He's not actually, he's right on him now. One mistake from Firepower and Stretch will be straight through as we go down through these last few corners. And nicely through there as we look at Bidzster then. He's trying to catch up to the leaders. 2:10 last time, but still leaders on 2:9s, 2:10s, 2:11s. So Bidzster's still got a job in his hands. He's going there, still in 5th place behind seat 1 now. Can't quite find a way past the black Team Leon car. And Stretch is ahead of Firepower now. So Firepower makes a mistake and Stretch goes through. So Stretch into 10th, Firepower down to 11th. And then there's the other Team Leon car. Stacker, 2:14 last time round. Rural then drifting that car with the handbrake and just not really liking that car really. But hopefully the next few cars will be more up his alley as Callum then in the number 99 car leads the way from the number 00 TY. Then it's 22 Bidzster, and then seat 1 with Gummibear and Neil Farmer right behind him. So seat 1 in the number 1 car usually runs 88, but seat 1 with the number 1 car on his car, 77 for Gummibear. Neil Farmack in the number 12 in the Team Rabble car, trying to stick on the back of Gummibear. Number 29 Techno right behind his teammate, or trying to catch up to his teammate should I say, as Rod is then in the other Team Takeaway car number 53 in 8th place Stretch, with unfortunately no number on his car because he just bought this car last minute before the race, so not been on for a while, so we'll let him off for that one. 27 for Firepower and Thingamajig number 11. Stacker is apparently contact number 0, but he's not. He is number 56, but that will be changing at the end of this season because Keith is making a comeback, and Keith's number is 56, and then Rural with the number 79 on his car. As Callum comes through the last few corners then. TY following Bidzster then as well. Now we've got a big battle still rages for 4th place. Seat 1 from Gummibear, and then the 2 Team Rabble cars. Techno catching Neil here. Techno catching Neil as Gummibear closes right up to the back of seat 1. There's no way through the last corner though, but there is room if he makes a mistake, and he does. Seat 1 makes a little twitch there. Gummibear's going to get a good run alongside though. Will seat 1 defend, but he can't get across in time. Gummibear's up the inside. Gummibear needs to watch his braking point this time though, not to overshoot. Both hit the brakes at the same time. Seat 1 goes very, very wide, but keeps it on the circuit in the inside for the hairpin. Gets the power out and maintains the 4th place from Gummibear. Neil Farmack and Techno catching with every wheel turn because these two are battling. Into the next few corners, Gummibear behind seat 1. Pressure, 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 and he's really pushing hard, squirming that car out the corners. Really, really pushing hard. Seat 1 in the Team Leon car as he goes. Oh, he runs a bit wide. That could leave the door wide open, and it does. Gummibear goes through. Seat 1 goes backwards. Where is he? There he is. Seat 1 there on board with Neil Farmack. So there is seat 1. Rejoins, only loses 1 place, but that could have been a lot worse. But now he's got to chase down Gummibear as Neil Farmack goes really wide and Techno goes through. So Techno takes advantage of his teammate's mistake, and Techno goes through for 6th place then. Techno on a charge here, even though it does give him a half-second penalty, and so does it to Neil as well. But seat 1 then behind Gummibear. It looks like he's going to try and go for some revenge here. Up over the top, the front air goes loose. Then it compresses into the braking zone. Brake, brake, brake down into the banked hairpin. Get on the power as early as you can. It flattens out. Got to watch the rear end for spinning up. And then up through the S's. Uphill, full power on, or more or less, maybe a little trickle of the throttle, and seat 1 does have to lift off because he gets right behind Gummibear. And will he go for the move here on the inside? He's up the inside line. Is he going to go for the move on the inside? Brakes late, leaves Gummibear a bit of room, and Gummibear leaves Seek a bit of room as well. Fair racing between these two. Seat 1 can't quite get alongside enough to get the move done now. Gummibear does make a mistake. Seat 1 makes a mistake on the inside though, and both suffer. So 4th for Gummibear, 5th for seat 1. Techno in 6th, closing up. He says, keep battling boys, I'm getting closer. As we go down to the next few corners then. So down the start finish straight onto the last lap of the race. So Callum then on his last lap, coming up to the first straight. TY 2nd, Bidzster sliding round in 3rd, and the 211s now. So, and then Gummibear trying to go around seat 1 here, and he's got the inside for the hairpin, and he's ahead. But seat 1 not giving up as Gummibear slides out the corner, and seat 1 trying to keep up with him, but Gummy Bear's putting out some good pace here. Techno trying to stick with him. Neil Farmack's just gone off the back of this group completely. He's gone quite a bit further back, and Stretch is catching up to Rodders. So Rodders being caught by Stretch, but it might be a bit late for Stretch in the race, but we'll have to see. So Gummy Bear 4th, Seat 1 5th. As we go into the corner, Techno really pushing now. Techno right behind Seat 1 now, looking to make a move on the black Team Leon car. Rabble versus Leon into the next corner. Seat gets a good line into that corner. Will Techno get a good line? Yes, he does. Look, he sacrifices that first corner to get a good run through the second, and an even better run through the third bit, but that could be a track limits call, and it is. It's a track limits call. He's got to get rid of that before the line, otherwise that'll still count. So he's got to try and get rid of that if he can, but he's right behind Seat 1. Will he go for the move on the inside? Seat 1 comes across to the right to the fence, saying, nope, you're going the wrong way. As Techno backs off the throttle a bit, trying to get rid of a bit more of that penalty, just to try and see if he can get rid of it a bit more before the line. But meanwhile up front, Callum Paulbanks coming around the last few corners then. Penultimate corner now for Callum. He's going to come through to win this race, but Seat 1 and Techno still very close, just trying to keep an eye on this battle as long as we can. Down to the last few corners, Seat 1 is catching Gummy Bear as well, so that could all end up changing if there's a major mistake. But Callum Paulbanks is going to come across the line for a well-earned victory. Well done, Callum. He flashes the lights, he wins the race. Callum wins, there's the checkered flag. So TY at the last corner, he takes second place, he'll be happy with that. Bidzster's going to take a third, he'll be quite happy with that result as well. So Bidzster takes third position there, well done to Bidzster. And Gummy Bear's going to be fourth, and Seat 1's got Techno right behind him. Gets on the power, and it's going to be Gummy Bear in fourth, but who's going to be fifth? It's just going to be Seat 1 from Techno. Close finish there. Neil Farmack in 7th after having a good battle in that race, but falls back down on the last few laps as Rodders makes a mistake there. Stretch trying to catch up, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. Rodders takes 8th position, Stretch in 9th. Close finish between them two there. And it's going to be Thingamajig, well done to the new guy, in 10th place in the Dairy Milk car, well done to him. And Firepower in 11th place. He takes 11th after going a bit further back down the field. Got up to 9th at one point, but then just started to go backwards. Stacker is going to be 12th. So well done to Stacker in 12th place. And then it's going to be Rural in 13th place. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that one then. So Callum takes the win in that one. Well done to Callum from TY in 2nd position. Then it's Bidzster in 3rd. Gummy Bear gets a well-deserved 4th. 5th for Seek 1 as we just go over the page. Then it is Techno in 6th. Neil Farmack in 7th. Rodders finishes 8th. Stretch in 9th. 10th is Thingamajig. 11th for Firepower, Stacker in 12th, and Rural rounds off the 13. And then it's Callum Paulbanks with the fastest lap, a 2:09.044. So as you come back from that then, there is your winner, Callum Paulbanks in that Team Smirnoff Ferrari. There it is there. We'll just try and get a little bit of a close-up for you. There we go. So we'll see you guys next time for race 2 in the GR4 cars. See you then, guys. Take care.